Book of Wars against Jehovah from the Oahspe, chapter X, B, I. God in Kraal Shivi bewailed heaven and earth. He said, Great Jehovah, how I have failed in thy kingdom. Behold, thou gavest into my keeping the earth and her heavens, and they have gone astray. Jehovah, I said, behold the plan of my government, which is to come against nothing in heaven or earth, to seize nothing by the head and turn it round by violence, to go the other way. Though I am the power that created them, and am the ever-present that moveth them along, I gave to them to be gods, like myself, with liberty to find their own direction. I created many trees in my garden, the greatest of which is the tree of happiness. And I called out unto all the living to come and dwell in the shade of that tree, and partake of its fruits and its perfumes. But they run after prickers, and they scourge themselves. And then, alas, they fall to cursing me, and accusing me of shortness in my government. I confined them in their mother's womb, i.e., the earth, for a season, showing them there is a time for all things. But they run forward hurriedly, desiring speedy happiness and wisdom, without halting to observe my glories by the roadside. I said unto them, even as I have given liberty unto all my people, so shall ye not impress into your service your brothers and sisters. But the self-assuming gods make slaves of their fellows. They build roads round about, and station armies of soldiers to prevent my newborn from coming to my most glorious kingdom. They go down to the earth and inspire kings and queens and rich men to do the same things. And they portion out to their servants, saying to them, serve ye me, and I will do for you. They little think that their servants will become as thorns and stones and chains and spears against them in the far future. They build up a justice of their own, saying, as much as my servants labor for me, so will I render unto them. But I have said unto them that no man shall serve another but for love, which shall be his only recompense. The king and the queen of earth and the rich man shut their own eyes against me, thinking by that means I cannot see them. They flatter themselves that in heaven they will give the slip to their servants. But I sowed a seed of bondage in my garden. And I said, whosoever bindeth another shall himself be bound. And behold, when they are risen in heaven, their servants and their soldiers come upon them. Their memory is as a troubled dream that will not away from them. Nevertheless, with these great examples before them, still there are angels in Hada that have not profited therein. For they say unto themselves, I will build a great kingdom in heaven. I will become the mightiest of gods. Millions of angels shall serve me. I will shut out the great spirit and his far-off heavens. I will wall my place around with an army of soldiers, and with fire and water. As a libertine stealeth an unsuspicious damsel to abuse her, and in time she waketh up to the matter, but to curse him, so do the false gods steal upon the inhabitants of my places, and carry them into bondage. But the light of my understanding dwelleth in the souls of my little ones. It waiteth for the spring sun, and it will spring up and grow into a mighty tree to accuse these gods. God inquired concerning warfare. Jehovah said, I answer all things by good. To the good at heart I give good thoughts, desires, and holy observations. To the perverse of heart I hold up my glories, and the beneficence of virtue and peaceful understanding. To them that practice charity and good works unto others, laboring not for self, I give the highest delight. Though they are to be pricked in the flesh with poverty and wicked persecutions, yet their souls are as the waters of a smooth running river. Amongst them that practice evil and destruction and war, I send emissaries of benevolence and healing, who have plenteous words of pity. These are my arrows and spears and war clubs, O God, pity, gentle words, and the example of tenderness. Soon or late, these shall triumph over all things in heaven and earth. Behold, these wars in Hada and on the earth will continue more than 1,000 years, and the inhabitants will go down in darkness, even to the lowest darkness. For which reason thou and thy successors shall provide, not hastily, as if the matter were to change with the wind, but thou shalt organize a new army of deliverers for my faithists, and it shall have 2 branches, one for the earth and one for Hada. And the business of thy army shall be to rescue my people from them that seek to destroy them. And as to the spirits of the dead who were faithists on the earth, provide thou means of transportation, and bring them to thy new kingdom, which thou shalt call Atkewa, where thou shalt provide a sub-god and officers and attendants, hundreds of millions. And in Akhthawan thou shalt provide the sub-god all such places and nurseries, hospitals, factories, schools, colleges, and such other houses and places of instructions required in the kingdom of my lords in Hada. And when thou hast this matter in good working order, thou shalt speak before the holy council. In my name shalt thou say to them after this manner, 200,000 hath Jehovah called. By him I am commanded to find them. And they shall be wise and strong and without fear. For they shall be angels, preachers in Jehovah's name to go down to Horeb, the place of Deus, the Lord God, the false, and to the kingdoms of his gods, and their labor shall be to preach and proclaim the Father and his glories in the Etherian world.